Mental knowledge. Right? Last week, what we did, a little recap. I hope Sonal you have heard it from the YouTube. So what was the whole topic? That every sacrifice should culminate in knowledge, and this knowledge can be gained only by association of devotee. That is why Guru Ashraya is very much important. 34th verse speaks about process of surrenderance. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya padakshanti te jnanam jnanina sattvadarshina. That is the thing. Now, this knowledge is so pure, so pure. 38th verse speaks about it. It is so pure, it is so transcendental, so sublime. The word sublimation intentionally has been used. Sublime refers to how it transforms a person. See, when we come in touch with Krishna consciousness, what happens? We only don't know. How it happens. What happens, at least we know, but how it happens, that is a sublimation of the knowledge. Once that so happened in the Gita marathon, I came to know. I think my voice is audible. In Gita marathon, I was standing with Bhagavad Gita. One boy was about to take it. Another boy slapped him in his hand. हाथ मत लगाओ, बदल जाएगा जीवन. I thought, wow, what a confidence. This much confidence even devotees don't. In front of me, he slapped out. I was looking at him and smiling. I thought, wow, what a beautiful confidence. Yes, this transcendental knowledge is so sublime. How it happens, we don't know. See, intentionally, initially, the person thinks, क्या मुसीबत है, कहाँ आ गए? Especially when there is always a call of the devotee, please come, please come. You know, you don't want to say no also because they're so kind, so wonderful. At the same time, you think that कहाँ फंस गया यार, ये कहाँ फंस गए? Somebody told me, Mataji, I don't like your call. I like your Prabhuji's call. I said, why? Because your Prabhuji, na, he speaks about cricket and all. But whenever you call, na, Mataji, you just tell how many rounds you're chanting. This was like some 15 years before. So, but still they want to talk. Still they want to talk. It is like, one kahavat is there. Some haddi you take, na, that fish ka haddi. Neither you can gulp it, neither you can throw it out. Once you come in contact with Krishna consciousness, you cannot be away from it. Even though you may say, no, I'm going to go away, you cannot. Prabhupada used to say, I'm waiting for you. Somebody says, I'm going, Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, okay, I'm waiting for you. What a confidence. Because this knowledge is such a pure, such sublime. How the transformation happens. You see, everybody's life, some transformation will happen. Everybody's life, everybody has their own experiences. Now, for that type of faith should be there. 39th verse speaks about it. To whom this knowledge is, or who gains this knowledge? Simple. Who gains the knowledge? What is the qualification to gain this knowledge? श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति. This is the most important qualification. That's why one song is also there. श्रद्धावान् जन है, श्रद्धावान् जन है. If you have the purchasing power of this knowledge is Shraddha. The more you have Shraddha, the more labhate jnanam. The more a person achieves this knowledge, labhate, achieves this knowledge. And the next qualification is he should be tatparaha. He becomes attached. He got Shraddha, he has Shraddha, and he has attachment also. And on top of that, Sanyatendriya, he has controlled his senses. Wow. Then it is very easy for him to advance in Krishna consciousness. Jnanam labdhva. So in this way, he has achieved that knowledge, which is transcendental param, and that is how he experiences peace. Achirena adhigacchati. Shantim achirena adhigacchati. He is very peaceful. Just because he has gained this knowledge. How he got it? Because of his Shraddha, because of complete attachment, and control of senses. These three qualities makes a person advance in Krishna consciousness. On the contrary, the next verse speaks about who is that person who will never attain this knowledge. अज्ञश्च श्रद्धानश्च संशयात्मा विनश्यति नायं लोकोऽस्ति न परो न सुखं संशयात्मना. He is अज्ञश्च श्रद्धानश्च. He is a fool. Is अज्ञान. He is a fool. She likes to hear the class. I know. When I say fool and all, she likes this. She is a fool. Who is not? You are not a fool. A person who doesn't have faith in this knowledge, he is a fool. So a foolish person can never attain the knowledge. And on top of that, ashadadadasya, he has no faith. He has no faith. Why are you scratching? Okay, he has no faith. And on top of that, samshayatma, he has a doubt. The moment you have doubt, you can never progress in Krishna consciousness. Even in the family also. The wife doubts husband, husband doubts wives. Can they progress? You have spoken. Let them speak now. They'll suffer. If they speak to 10 people, they will only suffer. Why that suffering has to be taken? Let them speak. It is good. One is relieved, na, at least. Actually, the wife should understand. If the husband speaks to some other lady, let them speak. At least you are ready to get chant very nicely. Real key success it is actually. That is why in the olden days, the wife used to say, go and marry. How many want you go and marry? That kind is not there. Because after experiencing all, he will automatically think that no, I should not. Because the life is not so simple. So samshayatma vinashyati. One should not have doubt. Nayam lokosti na param. In this loka also you will not be happy. In the other loka also you will not be happy. Neither in this loka. Na sukham samshayatma. He will never be happy. So three things will not allow a person to progress. One is the foolishness. He is a fool. That means he doesn't want to get the knowledge. He is a fool. And then he has no faith. On top of that, he is doubtful. So three people cannot get the knowledge. And three people can get the knowledge. One who has faith, one who is eager, one who has controlled senses. Three. Okay? So who will read the big purport? Rajit Prabhu, you read both the verses.
Hare Krishna. श्रद्धावल्लभते ज्ञानं तत्परा संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परं शान्तिम् अचिरेणाधिगच्छति. A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge. And having achieved it, he quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. Purport. Such knowledge in Krishna consciousness can be achieved by a faithful person who believes firmly in Krishna. One is called a faithful man who thinks that simply by acting in Krishna consciousness, he can attain the highest perfection. If this faith is attained by the discharge of devotional service and by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, which cleanses one's heart of all material dirt. Over and above this, one should control the senses. A person who is faithful to Krishna and who controls the senses can easily attain perfection in the knowledge of Krishna consciousness without delay. Ajnaschat Shraddhanascha Samsayatma Vinashyati Nayam Lokosti na paro Nav Sukham Samsayatmanah. But ignorant and faithless persons who doubt the revealed scriptures do not attain God's consciousness, they fall down. For the doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. Purport. Out of many standard and authoritative revealed scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita is the best. Persons who are almost like animals have no faith in or knowledge of the standard revealed scriptures, and some, even though they have knowledge of or can cite a passage from the revealed scriptures, have actually no faith in these words. And even though others may have faith in scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, they do not believe in or worship the personality of God, Godhead Sri Krishna. Such persons cannot have any standing in Krishna consciousness. They fall down. Out of all above mentioned persons, those who have no faith and are always doubtful make no progress at all. Men without faith in God and His revealed word find no good in this world nor in the next. For them, there is no happiness whatsoever. One should therefore follow the principles of revealed scriptures with faith and thereby be raised to the platform of knowledge. Only this knowledge will help one become promoted to the transcendental platform of spiritual understanding. In other words, doubtful persons have no status whatsoever in spiritual emancipation. One should therefore follow in the footsteps of great acharyas who are in the disciplinic succession and thereby attain success. Hare Krishna.
Next, yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchhinna samshayam atmavantam na karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya. Yoga sanyasta karmanam. Yoga means devotional service. Sanyasta, with a complete renounce. How is renounced? Renounce for the fruits of action, karmana. See, both the things have been spoken. The doubt for Arjuna was whether should I perform or whether should I leave it. That is going to come now. The 5th chapter is going to start. 3rd chapter have started with what? What should I do? You tell one thing what is good for me, not two things. Whether should I karmanyevadikaraste ya durena yavaram karma. What should I do? Now here Krishna says yoga, that means perform. Sannyasta, that means renounce. What to renounce? The fruits of action. Then how about jnana sanchinna samshaya? Any doubts you have, no? You first cut it. Cut it with knowledge. Because this jnana is going to come in the next verse. It is like sinatmana. Sinatmana means it is a sword, asina. Asina hatmana. It is a sword actually. So use it as a sword, asina. Use it as a sword. So with that knowledge, cut the doubt. Atmavantam. Situate yourself in yourself. Situate. Situate in self. That means be self-conscious. Self-conscious means what? Krishna conscious. Understand the position of oneself. Na karmani nibadnati. Then no work will bind a person. You perform work and leave it. Leave the results to Lord. Doing the work is our rights. Keeping Krishna in the center. Simple. Many duties are there. Just keep Krishna in the center and do the work. That is more important. Okay? So then the 42nd verse says, Tasmadagyanam sambhutam murtastam jnanasinatmanah chitvainam samshayam yogam tishto tishta bharatah. Again, third time. Third time, na? How many places Krishna has told? Get up and fight. Open your backside page. 2.16. Then I will ask this in middle. Have you noted down how many times Krishna has told? Who has noted down, Anupama? How many times Krishna has told get up and fight?
2.16, 4.34.
Huh?
2.16, 4.34.
Now 4.42. 4.42. Attishto tishta bharata. Get up, get up, get up. One more place Krishna has told. 4.34. Yes. No, Krishna has not told in 4.34. That is Tattva Darshinaha. You're talking about Tattva Darshina. Get up and fight. where Krishna has told. There is Tattvadarshi 2. What you are saying is Tattvadarshi 2.16. Get up and fight 2.3. You not noted down? Again, I have to scratch them. 2.3, Krishna says, get up and fight. Search now. This only, I told you all to write in the 2.3. Then where? 3.30. Open third point. Gita Sar. Yuddhasva vikatachvaraha. Fight, Krishna says. 3.30. Vigatajvaraha. Then on this also it's there. 2.30, just see 2.30. Not 2.30. Wait. 2.38. Tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam vapsati. Get up and fight. Again Krishna says fight. Where all Krishna has told to fight. 2.38. You got it? Keep it there in one side, you write it and take. Now see in the 42nd verse, Krishna says, Uttishto Tishta Bharatah, get up Arjuna, get up and fight. Still you can search more where Uttishta word is there. According to me, this much is there. Okay, there must be more. Just search it. This is your homework. So, Tasmad Agyana Sambhutam. Therefore, Tasmad means therefore, Agyana Sambhutam, whatever has been born from ignorance, whatever is born and that is which is situated in your heart, Dhyana Asinaha Atmanaha. Take the knowledge, take the sword of knowledge and then cut it. Take the sword of knowledge, weapon of knowledge, and in this way, cut the Agyana which is situated in your consciousness. Self is written na? Enam. Samshayam yogam atistaha. Attishtaha. In this way, the samshaya is also gone, the doubt will be removed, and be situated in yoga. Yoga means Krishna consciousness, connected with Lord. Uttishtaha. Get up and fight. Bharata. Oh, descendant of. Sonal, read both the verses.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandvat Pranam. Text number 41. Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam Atmavantam Na Karmani Nibadnanti Dhananjaya. Translations and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One who acts in devotional service, renouncing the fruits of his actions, and whose doubts have been destroyed by transcendental knowledge, is situated factually in the self. Thus, he is not bound by the reactions of work, O conqueror of riches. Purport. One who follows the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, imparted by the Lord, the personality of God and Himself, becomes free from all doubts by the grace of the transcendental knowledge. He, as a part and parcel of the Lord in full Krishna consciousness, is already established in self knowledge. As such, he is undoubtedly above bondage to action. Text number 42. Tasmadajnana sambhutam ritastam jnana sinatmanah chitvainam samshayam yogam atishthotishta bharata. Translation. Therefore, the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. Purport. The yoga system instructed in this chapter is called Sanatan Yoga, or eternal activities performed by the living entity. This yoga has two divisions of sacrificial actions. One is called sacrifice of one's material possessions, and the other is called knowledge of self, which is pure spiritual activity. If sacrifice of one's material possessions is not dovetailed for spiritual realization, then such sacrifice becomes material. But one who performs such sacrifices with a spiritual objective or in devotional service makes a perfect sacrifice. When we come to spiritual activities, we find that these are also divided into two, namely, understanding of one's own self or one's constitutional position, and the truth regarding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who follows the path of Bhagavad Gita as it is can very easily understand these two important divisions of spiritual knowledge. For him, there is no difficulty in obtaining perfect knowledge of the self as part and parcel of the Lord. And such understanding is beneficial, for such a person can easily understand the transcendental activities of the Lord. In the beginning of this chapter, the transcendental activities of the Lord were discussed by the Supreme Lord Himself. One who does not understand the instructions of the Gita is faithless and is to be considered to be misusing the fragmental independence awarded to him by the Lord. In spite of such instructions, one who does not understand the real nature of the Lord as the eternal, blissful, all knowing personality of Godhead is certainly fool number one. Ignorance can be removed by gradual acceptance of the principles of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is awakened by different types of sacrifices to the demigods: sacrifice to Brahman, sacrifice in celibacy, in household life, in controlling the senses, in practicing mystic yoga, in penance, in foregoing material possessions, in studying the Vedas, and in partaking of the social institution called Varnashram Dharma. All of these are known as sacrifice, and all of them are based on regulated action. But within all these activities, the important factor is self realization. One who seeks that objective is the real student of Bhagavad Gita, but one who doubts the authority of Krishna falls back. One is therefore advised to study Bhagavad Gita or any other scripture under a bona fide spiritual master with service and surrender. A bona fide spiritual master is in the disciplic succession from time eternal, and he does not deviate at all from the instructions of the Supreme Lord as they were imparted millions of years ago to the Sun God, from whom the instructions of Bhagavad Gita have come down to the earthly kingdom. One should therefore follow the path of Bhagavad Gita as it is expressed in the Gita itself, and beware of self interested people after personal aggrandizement who deviate others from the actual path. The Lord is definitely the Supreme Person, and his activities are transcendental. One who understands this is a liberated person from the very beginning of his study of Bhagavad Gita. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to the fourth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Now, next is now over. Now, let us see the fifth chapter. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. What is this? Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Action in Krishna consciousness. You first was what? Karma Yoga. Then fourth chapter, Jnana Karma Yoga. And what is this chapter? Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. What is the meaning of sannyasa? Satnyasa. In the search of absolute truth, let me give up all the material propensity. Karma Yoga. Action in Krishna consciousness. Now let us see this. Now again a doubt has come to Arjuna. In third chapter doubt was there. Now in this chapter also doubt is there. In the second chapter also doubt was there. Third chapter also doubt was there. Second chapter doubt, technical problem, yes, he really was not knowing. Third chapter doubt was because of 2.47, 2.49. Now fifth chapter, why doubt is there? Let us see. Fifth chapter doubt is because of the last verse and then the verse, this verse I told you. A person who is self-realized has no work. That is 4 point, not 4 point, 3.17, open 3.17. A self-realized soul has no work. Krishna says, no? Write it down and take. What made Arjuna get confused? Again, confusion. Not 3.17. यस्मात्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टस्तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते. You don't have any work. One who is self-realized has no work. After hearing this, Arjuna also satisfied. Oh, no work. I'll go away from this battlefield. And then last verse of 4th chapter, what Krishna says? Tasmad uttishta kaunteya uttishta. Again, get up. Attishto, tishta, uttishta. Get up and fight. Now, suddenly he says no work. Again he says there is a work. Now he's really fed up now. Now you see, we'll compare these questions now. Arjuna uvacha sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha shamsasi yashreyetayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. At one time you say sannyasam karmanam, renounce the work. Another place you are saying yogam, perform the work. Oh Lord, what are you doing? Do one thing. Yashreyah. Yat Shreya. What is more beneficial? Yetayorekam. Among these two, whether to renounce or whether to fight. Yetayorekam. Yat Shreya. What is more beneficial? Ekam. Tell one thing. Ekam. And how? Sunishchitam. Definitely. More definitely. Sunishchitam. Now write these two words. Shreya, Nishchitam. Write the two words. Shreya, Nishchitam. Let us see 2.7. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavah. Ucha. You want to chant? Come here. Come here. Come. She wants to chant. Chant. तुम बोलो ना कार्पण्य दोष
पहत स्वभाव इच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेता यस्ये निष्ठितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां पन्नम्.
Okay, very good. शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां. कार्पण्य दोषोपहत स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेता यश्रेयस्यात् निश्चितम्. Both Shreya Nishchitam only was there. Yashreyasya Nishchitam Bruhi Tanme. What is that one thing? What is that one thing and all not? What is the thing which is good for me? What is Shreyas? What is good for me? Then in 3rd chapter, you can see the question, what is told in the 3rd chapter. 3rd chapter, 2nd verse. What it speaks, the question which is asked. 3rd chapter, 2nd verse. Okay. Tadekam vada nishchitya yena shreyon hamapnuyam. Ekam Shreya. What is that one thing which is good? Don't say two things. Nishchitam. Please tell Nishchitam. So Ekam is added to where? Shreya. Ekam Shreya. Here what is told? Ekam Shreya Sunishchitam. Now be definite, Matt. Please now be definite. No. Ekam Shreya Su is added in Nishchitam. Understood? Shreya Nishchitam 2.7. Ekam Shreya Nishchitam 3.2. Ekam Shreya Sunishchitam 5.1. ठीक है? Diya read.
Hare Krishna. Chapter 5, Text 1, Arjuna Vacha. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam cha samshasi. Yachreya etayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Arjuna said, O Krishna, first of all you ask me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now will you kindly tell me that definitely which of the two is more beneficial? Purport. In this 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that work in the devotional service is better than any mental speculation. Devotional service is easier than the latter because, being transcendental in nature, it frees one from reaction. In the 2nd chapter, preliminary knowledge of soul and its entanglement in the material world were explained. How to get out of this material engagement by buddhi yoga or devotional service was also explained therein. In the third chapter, it was explained that a person who is situated on the platform of knowledge no longer has any duties to perform. And in the fourth chapter, the Lord told Arjuna that all kinds of sacrificial work culminate in knowledge. However, at the end of the fourth chapter, the Lord advised Arjuna to wake up and fight, being situated in perfect knowledge. Therefore, by simultaneously stressing the importance of both work in devotion and inaction in knowledge, Krishna has perplexed Arjuna and confused his determination. Arjuna understands that renunciation in knowledge involves cessation of all kinds of work performed as sense activities. But if one performs work in devotional service, then how is work stopped? In other words, he thinks that sannyasa or renunciation in knowledge should be altogether free from all kinds of activities because work and renunciation appear to him to be incompatible. He appears not to have understood that work in full knowledge is non reactive and is therefore the same as inaction. He inquires, therefore, whether he should cease work altogether or work with full knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Next verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasakarāvubhav Tayostu Karma Sannyasa Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Very clearly Krishna says Sannyasa Karma Yogascha. Renounce your work. Again Krishna says, renounce your work. Work in devotion. So renounce your work or renounce your fruits of the work. Renounce the fruits of the work. Work in devotion. Renunciation. And then suppose somebody thinks, oh, sannyas means renunciation of the work. Then Krishna says, okay, because karma sannyas speaks about renunciation of work. That is karma sannyas. Karma yoga speaks is work in devotion, but renounce the fruits. See, both there is a difference. Karma sannyas speaks about renounce the work itself. Go to Himalayas and sit. Don't take any responsibilities. Just go out of the house. Just leave all the responsibilities. That is known as karma sannyas. And one is known as Vaishnav sannyas. Even a child becomes a sannyasi. Satnyas, the real meaning of sannyas, that is work in devotion. And if we compare both, Krishna says, Nishreyaha Sakara Vibhav, then karma sannyas, in comparison to karma sannyas, karma yoga is better. Very clearly Krishna says, karma sannyas, karma yoga vishishyate. So karma yoga is more better than karma sannyas. Okay. So karma yoga is also sannyas, but for fruitive results. Okay. Rijit Prabhu, please read. Rijit Prabhu has read. Anupama, read.
Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreyasakara Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yogo Vinishyate. The personality of Godhead replied, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. Purport. Fruitive activities seeking sense gratification are cause for material bondage. As long as one is engaged in activities aimed at improving the standard of bodily comfort, one is sure to transmigrate to different types of bodies, thereby continuing material bondage perpetually. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.5.4 to 6 confirms this as follows. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma yad indriya प्रीताय प्रणोति न साधु मन्ये यथा आत्मनोऽयम् असन् अपि क्लेशद अश देह पराभवस्तावत् अबोधजातो यावन्न जिज्ञासत आत्म तत्त्वम् यावत् क्रियस्तवत् तावद् इदं मनो वै कर्मात्मकं येन शरीरबन्ध एवं मन कर्म वासंप्रयुङ्क्ते अविद्यायात्मनि उपाधीयामने प्रीतिर्न यावन् मयि वासुदेवे न मुच्यते देहयोगेन तावत्. People are mad after sense gratification, and they do not know that this present body, which is full of miseries, is a result of one's fruitive activities in the past. Although this body is temporary, it is always giving one trouble in many ways. Therefore, to act for sense gratification is not good. One is considered to be a failure in life as long as he makes no inquiry about his real identity. As long as he does not know his real identity, he has to work for fruitive results for sense gratification. And as long as one is engrossed in the consciousness of sense gratification, one has to transmigrate from this body to another. Although the mind may be engrossed in fruitive activities and influenced by ignorance, one must develop a love for devotional service to Vasudeva. Only then can one have the opportunity to get out of the bondage of material existence. Therefore, jnana or knowledge that one is not this material body but spirit soul is not sufficient for liberation. One has to act in the status of a spirit soul. Otherwise, there is no escape from material bondage. Action in Krishna consciousness is not, however, action on the fruitive platform. Activities performed in full knowledge strengthen one's advancement in real knowledge. Without Krishna consciousness, mere renunciation of fruitive activities does not actually purify the heart of a conditioned soul. As long as the heart is not purified, one has to work on the fruitive platform. But action in Krishna consciousness automatically helps one escape the result of fruitive action so that one need not descend to the material platform. Therefore, action in Krishna consciousness is always superior to renunciation, which always entails a risk of falling. Renunciation without Krishna consciousness is incomplete, as is confirmed by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.258. प्रापञ्चिकताय बुद्ध्य हरिसम्बन्धी
बुद्धया हरिसम्बन्धी वस्तुनः मुमुक्षुभिः परित्यागो वैराग्यं फल्गु कथ्यते. Now coming to this topic now, let us see. Two types of renunciates are there. One who thinks everything is prapanch. Prapanchikataya buddhya. Their consciousness is seeing everything prapanch. This is Maya, that is Maya. Prapanchikataya buddhya. Hari sambandhi vastuna, even for Hari sambandhi vastuna also they will say this is prapanch. अरे कितना प्रसाद खाते हो बन कहता है, कितना खाना खाते हो. It is not खाना, it is प्रसाद. Somebody told बताइए, people are taking prasad or what it is. The भुक्कड़ जैसे खाते. I said, you have no rights to speak like this. I said, it is prasad. If it is in this, Prabhupada says, you take prasad till your neck and jump up and down. Say Hare Krishna Mahamantra, easily digestible. If somebody wants to have more prasad, let him take. That is why prapanchikata, with keeping your, which consciousness this is? This material consciousness. Seeing prasad as food. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya. Prasadam is actually mercy. If he has got more bhagya of taking more mercy, let him take now. What is the problem? Mumukshubhi parityago. They are such mumukshus. Mumukshu means they are such tapasvis. They are also tapasvis. But they renounce parityago. Vairagyam falgu kattate. That is why they are falgu vairagi. On the contrary, who is a real vairagi? Anasaktasya vishyan hari sambandh. Anasaktasya vishyan yatharham upayunjataha. Mumukshubhi parityago. Na. अनासक्तस्य विषयान् यथार्हम् उपयुञ्जतः Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yukta vairagi uchyate. Anasaktasya vishayan. He doesn't have any asakti towards any vishayan, any sense things, sensory things. Anasaktasya vishayan. And what is he doing? Because he doesn't have asakti, yatharham upayunjitaha. He is using it in Krishna's service. So, nirbandha Krishna sambandhe. He doesn't have attachment. But he wants to attach everything to Krishna. Nirbandha Krishna sambandhe. That person is Yukta Vairagi. Krishna says, become Yukta Vairagi, not Falgu Vairagi. This is given in nectar of devotion. We have done this, na? No, we have not done so. Yeah. So in this way here, Prapanchikatya Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Vastunaha Mumukshu Viparityago Vairagyam Falgu Kathyate. Okay, read, further read.
When persons eager to achieve liberation renounce things related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking them to be material, their renunciation is called incomplete. Renunciation is complete when it is in the knowledge that everything in existence belongs to the Lord and that no one should claim proprietorship over anything. One should understand that factually nothing belongs to anyone. Then where is the question of renunciation? One who knows that everything is Krishna's property is always situated in renunciation. Since everything belongs to Krishna, everything should be employed in the service of Krishna. This perfect form of action in Krishna consciousness is far better than any amount of artificial renunciation by a sannyasi of the Mayavadi school. Hare Krishna.
This is a verse which was put from Bhagavatam. Nunam papacham, nunam pramatha, kurte vikarma, yad indriya pritayo apnoti, asadu manye yato, yat atmanoyam asannapi kleshadas asha deham. So, who are mad people? Who is a mad person? Huh? The Bhagavatam speaks. Pramatha means mad person. One who is having so much of attachment, pritaya, yad indriya pritaya, na sadhu manye. Saintly people have no attachment for all these things because they know kleshaha, kleshada, asha deha. So parabhavastavad abodha jato, yavanna jigyasata atmatattvam. He has no jigyasa towards atmatattvam. Yavat kriyastavad idam mano vai. Karmatmakam yena sharira bandha. And all these things are going to cause only sharira bandha. Evam manaha karma vasham prayukte avidyatmani upadiyamane priti nayavan mai masudeve. There is no priti towards Vasudeva. Na muchyate deha yogena bhaktavad. So in this way, there is no love for Lord. That is why he is stuck in this Vishaya Vastu. Okay, last verse. Gyeya sa nitya sanya. We have time still? We have time. We can do two, three more verses. Gyeya sa nitya sanyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nirdvando hi mahabaho sukham badnat pramuchyate. Gyeya, understand who is a nitya sannyasi. Vaishnava sannyasis are nitya sannyasis. Be a nitya sannyasi. Generally, when we hear this word sannyas, we feel scared. Oh, he's going to leave us and go or what? But Krishna says, be a nitya sannyasi. Na dveshti, na kankshati. No, don't have any hatred towards anyone. Don't have any attachment also towards anyone. Nirdvandvo hi mahabaho. Come out of all these dvandva. Man, apman, sukha, dukha. Come out of all these things. Sukham badnat pramuchyate. Then that person is always happy. Be a read.
Hare Krishna, text 3. Jneyasa nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nidvando hi mahabhaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. One who neither hates nor desires the fruit of his activity is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from all dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated. O mighty armed Arjuna. Purport. One who is fully in Krishna consciousness is always a renouncer because he feels neither hatred nor desire for the results of his action. Such a renouncer, dedicated to transcendental loving service of the Lord, is fully qualified in knowledge because he knows his constitutional position in his relationship with Krishna. He knows fully well that Krishna is the whole and that he is the part and parcel of Krishna. Such knowledge is perfect because it is qualitatively and quantitatively correct. The concept of oneness with Krishna is incorrect because the part cannot be equal to the whole. Knowledge that one is one in quality yet different in quantity is correct and transcendental knowledge, leading one to become full in himself, having nothing to aspire to or lament over. There is no duality in his mind because whatever he does for Krishna. Being thus freed from the platform of dualities, he is liberated even in this material world. Hare Krishna.
साङ्ख्ययोगो पृथक् बालाः प्रवदन्ति न पण्डिताः एकमप्यासितः सम्यो उभयोर्विन्दते फलम्. Okay, what is fifth chapter? Fifth chapter is better explanation for the second chapter and the third chapter. Now in the third chapter, 3-point open. Now many things will be opening and comparing also. Open, third chapter, third verse. लोकोऽस्मिन् द्विधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिना. Lokesmin dvivida nishtha. There are people who think that there is two type of faith. There are two classes of people. Some think that jnana yoga, some think karma yoga. As we discussed, na, jnana yoga, sankhya yoga is one thing. Karma yoga, buddhi yoga is one thing. Jnana yoga means understand, counting in the hands, sankhya yoga. After understanding the difference between the body, soul, and the control of the body and the soul, then applying the intelligence, practical application, that is known as buddhi yoga, which is also known as karma yoga. So people think that there are two types, two paths. There are two paths. Sankhya yoga prithak bala pravadanti na panditaha. So Sankhya yoga prithak bala. Sankhya and then yoga, that means jnana, then karma yoga. Less intelligent people think that this is all two path. It is not two path. If you have intelligence, if you have knowledge, then only can apply the knowledge. It is not two path. In fact, it is interconnected. Ekam apyastitha. Ekam api astitah. In fact, it is one. It is one. Ubhayo vindate phalam. Those who see oneness in both, knowledge is there, then only application is there. Knowledge is only not there, then application where it will come. Some people think that, okay, speculative knowledge is, if knowledge is there, he'll become a speculative person. He'll only go for speculation. And if he is only doing services, if no knowledge is there, he will become a sentimentalist. Because somebody is doing, he will also do. Somebody hurts, he will run away from that place. That is why knowledge should be important. Why am I doing? Because I'm connected to Krishna. That is why I'm doing. I am not doing because the people are appreciating me or the people are good. No. Krishna consciousness is not dependent on what type of people you are getting around you. Some may kick you, some may appreciate you, some may love you, some may not even admire you. Krishna consciousness is not dependent on that. That's why knowledge is more important. Sometimes you may get glories, all may appreciate you, very good, wonderful. Sometimes even the God brothers, God sisters will not even look at you. Doesn't matter. Krishna consciousness is not a sentimental task. And neither is it speculative. One should not be just speculative knowledge, armchair philosophers, knowing everything, but doesn't want to apply, doesn't want to serve, just want to gain knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. See, both are interdependent. Just knowledge is not enough. Knowledge with action is important. Action with knowledge is important. So that is what ekam api astitaha samyug ubayor vindate phalam. Then that person really enjoys the results. Sometimes you'll get a group who will really admire you, will praise you, will be with you, and you will be always hankering for that only. And there will be people who will reject you. As and when a person progresses in Krishna consciousness, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. So but at that time, one has to remember this. Work with knowledge. Don't work just because somebody is praising you, somebody is admiring you, somebody is calling you. Initially, one wants all these things. You see, initially all will care you. Afterwards, nobody will ask you also. First 3-4 years, people will care you. Aye, everybody. Are Jai Ho Prabhu, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Afterwards, nobody will even speak to you all these things. At that time, you'll think, what happened? Oh, these people are jealous of me. It's not jealousy. This is the nature. Krishna does it. Then you have to give that love to others. Simple. When you don't get something, na, you should understand you have got it. Now it is full. You should give it the same to others. Then you enjoy Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna consciousness is not just a speculative knowledge, nor it is a sentimental task. It is interdependent on with each other. Okay? It is interdependent. Gaurang, read. This is the last verse now.
Hare Krishna. Sankhya Yoga Pratabala Pravadanti na Pandita Ekam Api Astita Samyag Ubayor Vindate Phalam. Translation. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service, karma yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. Purport. The aim of the analytical study of the material world is to find the soul of existence. The soul of the material world is Vishnu, or the Supersoul. Devotional service to the Lord entails service to the Supersoul. One process is to find the root of the tree, and the other is to water the root. The real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of the material world, Vishnu, and then in perfect knowledge engages himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, in essence, there is no difference between the two because the aim of both is Vishnu. Those who do not know the ultimate end say that the purposes of Sankhya and Karma Yoga are not the same. But one who is learned knows the unifying aim in these different processes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Any questions? No questions? Vanchakalpatarubhyascha sindhubhyaivacha